Hey everyone, and welcome to Yoga with Adriene. I'm Adriene, and today on the Foundations of Yoga, we're learning rabbit pose or bunny posture or hare pose, H-A-R-E. This is a great near inversion. I love this posture because it reminds me that we need to practice and be attentive to this idea of calm and this practice of breathing in tight or uncomfortable situations. So the Foundations of Yoga series is really great because it just gives us an opportunity to play with the postures, to break it down, to workshop, to explore, and hopefully have a little fun. So hop into something comfy and let's get started. Alrighty, my friends, welcome. So in the Foundations of Yoga series, we don't just do the pose, but we very much embrace this idea of process and really put that into play while learning the pose. So you're rarely going to see us just jump right into, like today, rabbit posture, but rather we need to warm up the body and make sure that we're connected. So right away, think of the body as one moving part, right? Rather than a bunch of disjointed parts. And so we're gonna maybe bring a little blanket or a towel to pad the knees. And we're gonna come to all fours and just start with some gentle spinal flexion, cat-cow. Most everyone's familiar with this. See if you can slow it down and start to sync up with your breath right away. So as you inhale, you press into your hands and feet and drop the belly, open the chest, find length in the front body. And then as you exhale, start to round opposite direction, chin to chest, heart lifts up between the shoulder blades, and you're really pressing into the tops of your feet and all 10 fingers. And then again, inhale, drop the belly, open the chest, gentle tug of the shoulders back so you create lots of length in the neck. And then exhale, start with the tail rounding through, chin to chest. And again, especially as we prepare for a rabbit pose, press away from your yoga mat so you feel this lift in the upper back body, this hollowing up through the chest. All right, one more time. Inhale to drop the belly. And exhale to really round, draw the navel up this time. Press away from your foundation and try to draw your nose towards your navel on this one. Awesome. Then inhale, come back to a neutral position, neutral spine. You're just going to bump the hips to the left and then turn and look past your right shoulder. Take a deep breath in and then exhale, press away from your hands and feet here. And then slowly come back to the neutral spine. Awesome work. And then bump the hips to the right. Turn to look past your left shoulder. Inhale in and then exhale, press away from your yoga mat. Beautiful. Inhale, come back to neutral spine. And then exhale, you're going to drop the elbows right where the hands were. And I have my blocks right here, so I'll use them. But nice and slow, you're going to walk the knees back and come into a heart to earth pose. So we're really opening up through the shoulders and chest here. You're lifting up through the hip creases, feeling that stretch all the way through the back body. And then if you have a block, it's nice to keep a block between the index finger and thumb so that your fingers aren't coming in or splaying out, but staying nice and square. And then just lift your tail, and since we're focusing on rabbit pose today, think of a little bunny's tail. I know this is silly as heck, but just give yourself a visual, and right at the coccyx you have like a little bunny tail, and so try to lift that part up towards the sky even more, creating more length and more space. And then breathe, send awareness with each inhale all the way to your tail, and then back up and out through the nose or the mouth. Again, creating spaciousness here. And then connect to your core to come out of this shape. Draw the navel up and in. Slowly rise back up. Walk the hands underneath the shoulders. Walk the knees underneath the hips. Cool. Now we're going to take the right fingertips forward. Feel light in your left wrist, so don't crash into your left wrist. Lift your heart, feel a lightness as you inhale, reach forward, and then exhale, thread the needle. So we're waking up the upper back body. Right fingertips are gonna go underneath the bridge of the right arm, and you're gonna rest your right ear on the earth or on a block. So lots of loving, beautiful, big inhales here to really make the most of this. And then just notice where you might be gripping or holding. See if you can soften there. Breathe deep. Should feel really good. And then again, you can imagine that little pom-pom of a tail on your coccyx and just lift that part up towards the sky, creating more spaciousness in the pelvis. Lifting the hip creases up should feel really good. And then last but not least, you can choose a variation with the left hand, either taking it up towards the sky, maybe left hand on the palm, on the small of the back, or all the way forward. Make a choice and then take a deep breath in and a long breath out. And then slowly we'll make our way back up through and take it to the other side. So again, try to find a lightness here so you're not just diving into the shape, but find a little buoyancy. Use an inhale to reach the left fingertips forward, find expansion, length, and then thread the needle on the other side. Stay present, notice what it feels like on this side. Breathing deep. Give the thinking mind a break here. Just stay present with the sensation of the body and the quality of your breath. And again, lifting the hip creases, feeling the sits bones spread left to right, creating an awesome spaciousness. Breathing, breathing, breathing. And when you're ready to find a variation that feels good with the top arm, make a choice and breathe deep. And take one more big inhale here. And exhale to unravel and bring it back to center. Awesome. All right, so walk the knees right underneath the hip points if they aren't already. And notice I say hip points because the hip sometimes is a little bit wider. I want to really kind of bring these bones into alignment. So the top of the thigh bones kind of coming up and in to the hip crease here, just an image. So we're stacking the bones. And then for now, we're going to come onto the tops of the feet. And right away, we're going to start to gather some energy up through the lower belly. So here it is, just kind of, we're going to draw navel in and up. Find that Uddiyana Bandha, that navel lock. Draw the navel in and up. And then we're going to slowly, and you can, of course, use a little blanket to pad the knees. If you need to press pause and go ahead and grab one, you can. But for rabbit pose, we're really going to focus on the sensation over the shape. Sometimes, and I know when I was younger, I used to just kind of cram myself into this posture because I wanted to make it. And now I've backed off a lot to just focus on the sensation over the shape. And it's amazing how if you practice this regularly, it will evolve. Body is amazing. So nice and slow, we're going to walk the fingertips underneath the shoulder blades and just kind of narrow this tabletop position so that the spine is starting to round. So the navel's drawing in and up, and obviously now my upper back body, let's party, upper back body, my upper back body is starting to lift up, chest lifting, and there's like this doming effect, right? Okay, so I'm cultivating the support from within with Mula Bandha, pelvic floor lift, navel draws in and up. I hug the lower ribs in, and you might just stay here working on this. So great for the upper back body, so great for your posture. Press into the tops of the feet. So great for the nervous system, and breathe. To continue, I'm going to slowly maintain this energy in the front body, this gathering up and in, press into the tops of the feet. I'm going to continue to walk my hands all the way back, and as I do that, I'm going to reach the crown of my head towards the ground, and in order to do that, I'm going to draw my nose towards my navel to maybe get the crown of the head on the ground. And if not, I'll just work as best I can. I can also use a block or a little stacking of towels to bring the crown of the head to the mat there and work here. So crown of the head comes to the ground, chin comes in and up towards the chest. And I'm not worrying about grabbing my heels yet. I'm just working on finding this support, this gathering of energy through the front body as I press into the tops of the feet. You can take breaks at any time. We're here to workshop this and play. See if you can bring your breath more into the picture. The longer you're in the shape, let the breath support you, guide you. And then if you're here, you might interlace the fingertips or grab opposite wrists behind the legs. And then we start to find a little pressing of the tops of the feet, a little resistance as we lift the hips up and then press into the earth. So a little yielding here, playing with opposition. I'm not gripping, I'm not holding, I'm not clenching in my jaw or furrowing my brow. I'm breathing nice and easy. Cool. Press into the tops of the feet, release the arms, and slow and in control, roll up. Stack head over heart, heart over pelvis. We'll just be here for one beat just to give it a break, especially if this shape is new. And then enjoy that yoga high. Feeling good. Wabbits. All right, let's go for it one more time. Make sure the knees are in check, right underneath the hip points. Take a deep breath in, long breath out, connect to your feet. Don't forget about your feet here. Hands are gonna come down to the earth. As you're ready, walk them back. And as you start to walk them back, start to cultivate that energy up through the front body. And maybe you just bring it behind the knees for this round again, grabbing opposite wrists or interlacing the fingertips. Or maybe this time you reach back to grab the heels. Now, sometimes you can shorten the distance by curling the toes under, grabbing the heels, and then working from here. But again, for too many years, I feel like I just wanted to kind of come in this shape and I bypassed creating all this length and space. Now, lift the hip creases up the same way you did when we lifted our tails. Press into the shins, press into the tops of the feet. I'm not putting a ton of weight on the crown of the head, guys. I'm not hurting my neck. I'm being super mindful. I'm keeping my shoulders nice and stable. Breathing deep here, hugging the lower ribs in, creating so much spaciousness in the back body. And there's this gentle compression on the internal organs as I lift up through the front body. So great for your body. Oh my gosh, so good. Feeling the blood flow opposite direction. This can be a frustrating posture too, so just breathe deep, explore. Notice I'm not collapsing in the shoulders, but drawing them away. One more breath here, you got it. And then with control, slowly release. Hands to support. And from here, we're gonna walk the hands forward and we're gonna cross the ankles behind us and we're going to use the fingertips to guide you, but we're gonna come to Sukhasana. And you should feel all the blood flow, shifting it once again. It should feel really good. And then just see if you can tag a little weight in your elbows here as you lift up through your heart. Feels good. So rabbit pose can bring energy to the body. It can bring like a focus, a clarity, nice, fresh rinse to the energetic channels that run up and down the spine, encouraging a healthy flow of energy, healthy blood flow. I invite you to practice rabbit pose maybe once a week and just see how it goes, see how it grows. You can also add a little rabbit pose to the end of another practice, just like you would a crow pose or a back bend, and just see how it evolves through time. We'll draw the hands together, prayer position. And just because, let's think of something that we're thankful for today and place it right between the hands. Just, it can be someone or something. It could be chocolate. Just whatever came to your mind, go with that. something you're grateful for. And then take a deep breath, because we have so much to be grateful for. And for me, this yoga practice and this community is certainly one of them, one of the things I am most grateful for. Inhale, lift your heart, smile. Exhale, we bow. Namaste.